Welcome to Driven by Janelle, the podcast where passion meets power and women take the lead on two wheels. What drives you to ride?
All right, guys, we're here in Charleston, and we have, well, not everyone from Strange Ones, but we have a good group of women from Strange Ones. We have Ella joining us again. And so today we're joined by members of Strange Ones Motorsports, a fast-growing community built on the thrill of riding and pushing limits. On the panel, we have Ella Rossi, founder of Strange Ones Motorsports. We have Kylie gearing up for her first ever track day. We have M, a longtime rider making the leap into sports bikes and track riding. Anna, a bike enthusiast working towards her race license. And Shiloh, a dedicated sports bike rider who grew up around motorcycles. Today we're deep diving into the different perspectives and experiences of riding, spanning generations, backgrounds, and skill levels. From first-time track riders to seasoned sports bikes enthusiasts. This panel explores the challenges, growth, and passion that fuels their journey. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. First, I'm just gonna ask if you guys can introduce yourselves and just share how you first got into riding.
Yeah, sure. I'll introduce myself. My name is Kylie, and I first got into riding from my dad, actually. He was never much of a rider. He was a Honda guy, cars only. And then one day he got a bike and we just kept messing with it. Whiskey throttled it a few times, got scared, and then I got my own. And ever since then, it's been Yamahas for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my name's Shiloh. I got into riding when I was a kid. My father, he owned a Harley, took me on multiple rides, and then eventually he became like the buddy that you knew that knew how to fix your bike for you. So he did that, he built them, and then eventually he built me my own little motorcycle thing. I don't know what you would call it. Rode that around for a while, but my mother was always against it. So the moment I finally moved out of my house, I was like, cool, first purchase, Honda.
Gonna do it. That's awesome.
So rode that for about 2 years, been riding about 4 years now, and now I'm on a Gixxer 600.
Awesome.
And I'm not as stated.
Way to go.
Alright, I'm Anna. I've been riding for about 4 years now. But my introduction to motorcycles was through my grandfather. He got a retirement present as an '08 Harley Sportster. Gorgeous bike, but my family was so against it. So against every motorcycle they saw, not wanting anyone to get on one. So when I got out of the Marine Corps and everything, I got sports cars, but noticed that driving around here isn't the best. So I got a motorcycle from a friend of mine, and now I've been riding about 4 years. I've had probably about 8 bikes now, and I just love it.
I've been riding for maybe 6-7 years now. I also got into it as a kid from my dad. I backpacked with him a lot, and then he got me riding in the dirt, kind of growing up. And then once I was, 18, 19, I got my first street bike, and haven't looked back since. So far I've been kind of sticking mostly with Hondas, and I think that's probably where I'll stay.
So yeah, we've already kind of touched base on this, but I will revisit it. I just like these girls, my dad was a big inspiration. My dad rode. He actually taught my mom how to ride. I've got some funny stories about that. But when I was a little tiny girl, he put me on a bike, and it was just kind of second nature. And then he always told me, dirt bikes are fine, but no street bikes. And of course, as soon as I moved out, like these girls, I bought a street bike.
Yeah.
And he was against it for a long time, but now he embraces it, and he's really proud of the community I've built with all these people.
I guess, how has being part of Strange Ones, how has it influenced your writing, or has it influenced your writing or experience with writing?
I think I can start with this one. So I'm actually one of the beginners of the group. I haven't been riding that long. I'm only on my second year, and it has taught me a lot about safety and skill. It is not about speed. Going ahead into it, you gotta slow down sometimes, and when you're with a community you care about and we're all going to the same goal, you don't want to hurt anyone else or yourself, so safety is high safety.
For me, it helped a lot with my confidence, because even though I'd been riding for a number of years before I kind of started riding with Strange Ones, I had almost exclusively ridden by myself, or maybe with just 1 or 2 other people, because like Kyla said, there's a lot of unsafe riders, and so that always just made me a little hesitant, so to speak, especially if you don't know people very well. And so like getting into a group where they really focus on safety as well as like increasing your skill and becoming a better rider, that definitely has helped me grow, more confident in my riding, and I also feel like I've, skill wise, I've also gotten a lot better, more like refined.
I wanted to chime in and say, we do a class called Low and Slow, and Em took 2 Low and Slow classes with us.
I think just one.
Just
so
one.
far.
And I mean, she blew me away. From starting out, she was nervous. She was not confident that she was going to be able to do any of the exercises that we presented her with. And by the end of the class, she was riding better than all of the guys. I mean, she killed it. And I'm so excited to see Em get on the track because she's gonna nail it.
No, you're gonna do great out there.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
yeah.
Should be.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I would say the same thing. When I began riding, it was in Florida, so my thing was speed, because that speed limit there is 100. So I had to max out my entire bike just to keep up with traffic.
Oh my god.
And in that same token, I was like, okay, cool, I got speed. And then that's when I already took a corner and I about slid. But somehow I managed to catch myself and I powered out of it. But after that, I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to work on the safety aspect. So I moved here, met them, and they helped me a lot with getting my braking in order, trying to just do anything on the safer end, especially riding a whole group of people. It's a different way of riding.
See, when I started riding, I met the fast boys first, because in my mind, riding is speed, it's skill, it's lap times, and I kind of went into it chasing that, and my skill level at the time could not keep up. So I kind of learned the hard way with that, and then I met the Strange Ones, and I was like, oh, we're doing the speed limit on the interstate, but there's a time and a place for everything, and it's more about the group of people you're with and the community and riding and your shared love of motorcycling and this group. And that's what I really appreciate out of it, because everyone's got your back and everyone wants you to be safe.
So I mean, did you guys have for Strange Ones, did you have a community? I know you said you kind of rode by yourself, but just in learning to ride and riding by yourself before Strange Ones, did you have a community that you rode with, or?
Yes, and they were the ones that introduced me to Strange Ones, actually. So we would just kind of ride by ourselves and then go, and I'd be like, oh, they're too slow or whatever, and then dip off. But as I've been getting older, I'm like, that's just not what it's all about, especially on the street.
Yeah.
So.
Em's had some, or not Em, Anna's had some close calls, and she's she's our wild one. I say it all the time. She's you put her on a track, and she is faster than half the guys out there. She's bounced from novice to intermediate really quickly. But yeah, Anna's our fast girl. She's our. I mean, she's a Marine.
I got the speed, it's in there. The fire's there, but it's directing it in the right place.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Sometimes we gotta tell her chill out, Anna, chill out.
Oh yeah, I've been told that a lot recently.
But when you get her on the track and just let her, and that's the good thing about the track.
Speed.
Yeah, you can let her on the track.
Exactly.
What about just as women? Just getting into biking. I haven't found too many other women bikers. So did you meet a lot of other women before getting in Strange Ones, or what is that like?
I'll just say I started riding exclusively with men. I think Ella was the first female motorcyclist I met. And I was like, oh, she's, a badass. Excuse my language, but I was I really looked up to you and respected you for that.
Thanks.
But I found that a lot of males in the community, they kind of underestimate women and our ability to ride, because it is such a male-dominated sport. But it's been awesome in the Strange Ones, having such a female community. We have our own group chat. It's awesome knowing all these ladies.
Yeah, we've got a lot of girls, and my goal for Strange Ones is for the women to take over. I want more women than men. And when we do our group rides on Wednesdays, I've thrown around the idea, and of course the guys are against it, but it's my group and I'm gonna do it anyway. I've thrown around the idea of all the girls being up front, the girls leading the guys. We run the show now because we are starting to outnumber the
And
guys.
set the pace.
Yeah.
Ella's also the first girl I met riding, but after that, I saw so many girls in Strange Ones, and then I started seeing them at the meets that Strange Ones would host or be at, mentoring at, and met so many women down here. There's a big crowd of us.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would say the same thing. Like in Florida, really no one, even though there's a lot of bikes down there, no one like had any communities or anything. So I was always solo until came here, met a buddy of mine, and he introduced me to Strange Ones.
Yeah.
Met Ella, and met all these other wonderful women.
I knew a few, kind of like, and I moved around a lot, you know, and like you'd always kind of like run into a couple like here or there, but no one that I rode with very often. And so once I, you know, did start to ride with Strange Ones and got to like meet everybody, it definitely, I feel like helped my perspective on some of that too. Cause I felt like, you know, being, you know, a woman rider, it definitely comes with a lot of challenges. That men probably don't face, at least in the same capacity that we do. I mean, even if you just think about like gear, how hard it is to find gear for women compared to men. You know, so being able to like connect with more women through Strange Ones, I feel like it's helped me in that capacity as well, because, you know, there's other women who go through the same stuff and can also like help you find things that you need, whether it's gear or even just like encouragement to grow and get better.
I mean, because I'm newer to riding, so what are the gear you guys, what's some of your favorite gear?
Alpine Stars is a brand that I love. They have really nice fitting women's stuff, and you can find a lot of it like secondhand too. I bought a lot of mine on eBay, but I love Alpine Stars women's line, absolutely.
You guys have favorite gear?
I like the Sisterhood brand. They have some nice jackets and the cycle gear around town,
Yeah,
and they fit pretty well compared to what I have now.
yeah. It's hard to find. I know I wear Panda Moto, or is it Panda Moto?
Yeah, Panda Moto, they
Yeah.
have great pants and stuff
Yeah,
too.
and I just fit anything underneath it, and so that's my nice, but I'm not on a racetrack, so it's not as, doesn't need to be as much.
Em actually just got sponsored by the leather company that she got her suit through.
Oh, what's that one? Is it Fila? Okay.
Yeah, VO2 leathers, it was like they do like custom suits and whatnot, so I'm getting one made right now, actually should be ready in a few weeks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Looking it up and for a discount.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
But my favorite is Dainese, which Ella got me into, and I can't do anything else.
Yeah, yeah, I've been told that I'm a gear snob because I have to have all the fine Italian leather.
Yeah, it's safety.
Yeah, it is worth the money, I will say.
Yeah.
It saved my skin many a times, so.
What are your favorite helmets? Still same or?
I've recently been getting into Suomi helmets. It's more of like a track focused brand. They do like a lot of carbon fiber work. Like showy, great brand. Like you can go down and that, it's gonna save your head.
Right, yeah.
They like focus completely on safety. Like they have their like egg shaped technology. It's really cool what they do, and all their helmets are handmade. So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. Anyone else favorite helmet?
I like the KYT since I'm a beginner, and if you want something affordable just to get out there, something affordable and protective, KYTs.
Yeah, KYTs are great.
They have the same parent brand as Suomi as well.
So I think they're a family.
Yeah.
So it's sister companies.
I have AGV currently, I've been really liking it.
Have you noticed like a change in motorcycle culture at all since you've been riding, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot through social media. I think that's like influencing a lot of people that might have never gotten on a motorcycle to get on one. And I think that has its positives and its negatives on the community. Because you know, you want people out there that really have the passion. But I think it's really cool to get that influence out and be like, hey, girl, you can ride too.
Yeah.
And seeing like representation is important.
Yeah. I think you're so used to just seeing men do it, and men do it men ways. The way, you know.
Yes.
So it's like you can be a motorcyclist and not, I don't know, do the things they do and the way they do it. You can approach it a little different. My experience is, maybe it's just my anxiety, but I just plan a lot and I like to think about things a lot before I do it. It's just my approach to it, but you know, not everyone does that.
Yeah, social media has definitely changed motorcycling. Like, you know, I'm in my early 40s. I just turned 43. I'm the oldest out of all these girls by a lot, from some of them. But you know, when I was their age, social media was like just getting kind of started, and there was no influencers. You know, we all had social media just to send each other funny videos, and so now like with TikTok and Instagram, and these girls are are influencers and are riding, like, I support it if they're doing it the right way. I support it if they're learning, if they're bettering themselves, if they're wearing proper gear. The one thing that I really don't support is these girls who are getting out there who are using the bike as a prop. They're not willing to learn, they're not taking it serious, and they're getting hurt. And I think for every girl that goes out there and doesn't learn the right way to do it and doesn't respect the bike and gets hurt, kind of makes us enthusiasts look bad, right? Because we're out there trying to better ourselves, trying to learn, trying to get our race license, trying to get out on the track. And it's hard enough to get that respect from the men as it is when we're serious about it. And then, you know, you've got an influencer out there who is riding around half naked and dancing on her bike, and it's just like, it's hard to get respect when things like that are happening. So if you're doing it for the right reason, sure, I support you, that's great. Just a lot of these influencers need to realize, like, it's dangerous. It's a very dangerous hobby.
Well,
Make sure you've got a positive influence on the hobby.
and I feel like men do it the same way.
Yes.
It's like with speed
Yes.
and like lane splitting, like look how fast I can go. And that's influencing all these young men to be reckless, to almost, you know, get really hurt and kill themselves out there. So I think if you're a social media influencer, you need to take it very like seriously around motorcycles because it is dangerous. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, you know, when you're learning to ride, I did it. I was like, I'm gonna go on YouTube and TikTok and like watch some videos on like how people ride and, you know, what kind of bike do I get and all that, and that's what you see. So it does influence you a lot.
So in regards to social media aspect, I've noticed it has changed from the females just showing off on a bike to now you have some female creators going in and actually doing the whole, oh, this is how I wish I could dress, and this is how you actually need to dress for a ride.
Yes, I love
They're
that.
now starting to appear compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
Kind of like a get ready with me, but for getting ready to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Properly. And then same thing with the men's videos. People also just believe what they see and don't realize half the time it's sped up. So when you see the guy flying through the line of cars,
Because the cars are stationary, so you can just, that's so.
people edit them and they will speed it up to be like, oh, look how fast I'm going. No.
But I mean, they are still going. They're still moving.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
still being dangerous out there. And then these 12, 13-year-old boys are like, yeah, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
And then they're a statistic.
Yeah.
So.
I have one more thing to add about gear. In social media, a lot of times when you're on social media and you see these people recommending gear, you need to do your own research because I constantly see them recommending off-road gear for the street
Yup.
all the time.
And that will not protect you in the slide.
No.
And a lot of these social media influencers are being paid to recommend gear.
Yes.
You know, I just actually researched a helmet, I won't say the brand, and a social media influencer did an entire story on how great the helmet was, and then a couple weeks later admitted that he was paid to say it and he refused to wear the helmet.
Wow.
Yeah, so like don't trust the influencers, do your own research for sure.
What's the biggest lesson riding has taught you? Either about yourself or about life or about motorcycles?
Everyone's looking at me.
The biggest thing it's taught you?
Yeah.
I think the biggest lesson I've learned is the time and place. And not to use a machine that is capable of hurting you as a coping mechanism. Because like the inputs you put into the bike are what you're gonna get out of it. And like keeping a safety mindset, especially on the street, is very important. So it's taught me a lot about myself and made me do a lot of reflection on like, why am I doing this? What can I learn? How can I do better?
Yeah, I mean, a big lesson I've learned, other than there's amazing people in the motorcycle community, you know, as a whole. But a big lesson I've learned is, like she said, time and place, but keep your ego in check. You know, just realize like, these things can hurt you, they can kill you. It doesn't matter if, you know, you don't need to be the fastest, you don't need to be the best. That doesn't matter. You know, I guess everybody that gets into motorcycles has a little bit of that competitiveness to them, or they wouldn't be getting into something as extreme as motorcycles and you know, speed and racing. But to just realize like every day there's something you can learn. You're never gonna know everything about it. Keep an open mind, be willing to learn from everybody around you, because these girls have all taught me things. You know, I've been riding longer than them, but they've all taught me different things about riding, how to be a better rider. So you're always learning, always.
Yeah.
I hate to take it down a dark path, but for me, it's more of cherish who you with, because at any point we could all just not be here.
Yeah.
Because it's not even just our own actions, it's like a recent accident, a girl got slammed between another car because of a drunk driver. So it's not just our being on a bike, it's other people that play in a factor, but
Right.
you can go out and be like, oh, it's gonna be a great day, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just to cherish whoever you're with and enjoy every single moment that you have with them, because it could just be the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it a lighter path. When I first started riding motorcycles, it taught me that I don't want to just ride. I want to do maintenance. I want to work on them. I want to shop. I want to see how other people ride, see how their techniques, what they're doing. I want to be all up in the whole industry. That's what it taught me.
Yeah, we're really excited for Kylie because she's about to go to school to become a motorcycle mechanic.
Yes, I'm going down to Florida.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
And
Yamaha Kawasaki.
the end goal is to have her run Strange Ones Motorsports repair shop.
That'd be so cool.
It would be so cool to have a
That'd be
female
awesome.
running that shop.
Yes. I'm kind of similar to Anna with, how it really taught me to self-reflect more than I was. I'm definitely a bit of an adrenaline junkie, and that's kind of really what pushed me to start riding on the street instead of just in the dirt. And so it's definitely something where there's been times in my life where I've had to kind of like take a step back and, really kind of identify like things that are going on or things that I need to work on. And I always noticed that the way that I was riding reflected how I was kind of like internally or mentally feeling. And there were definitely times where I rode in ways that I shouldn't have, or where like maybe I wasn't wearing gear, or things of that nature. And it kind of, sometimes it was a bit of a wake up call.
Just as women writers, have you guys like faced any judgments or anything so far in writing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just from other motorcyclists, from other drivers on the road?
Well, I, go to college in Charleston, and I commuted on my motorcycle for the past 3 years. And last semester, I had my Harley Sportster 1200 that I was using to commute on, and this old man walked by, he's like, "You ride that thing? Is that bike not too big for you?" And I was like, "Sir, that's a good question. I don't know how I made it here. But thanks for your concern. I'd like to see you ride it, kind of thing." But I don't know, I think more like, and then just like within the community, I mean, there's some guys that are intimidated, I think, by some females and just kind of step away and make past judgments, but being, kind, approachable, and like, yeah, I can ride, I'll ride with you. I might hurt your feelings, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Feelings can heal.
They will heal.
I love watching Anna get out on the track and humble men, as she does. She's fast.
No, I'm still slow. I'm getting there.
So we do girls' rides where it's just us. And we went on a girls' ride, we took a friend out who was learning, it was her first time out on the street. So it was a slow paced ride, we had her surrounded so that she was safe, but we were going well under the speed limit at some points. And, she was struggling at red lights as a new rider, still on her bike, having a hard time getting it started. Then the adrenaline kicks in and the embarrassment kicks in and you get flustered. And I really thought we were gonna have drivers around us angry that we were holding them up, but it was amazing to see how many people sat behind us and blocked traffic for us and were understanding. We had a woman pull up and she was giving her thumbs up and telling her she was doing a good job. Like, we get the flip side of it too. A lot of women will see us and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I wish I had the guts to do what you do." So yeah, we get judgment from men, but we get so much support from the women.
Oh, absolutely. I was at Publix a couple years ago, and I had my girlfriend at the time on the back, and like there was a lady that walked in, she was like, "Man, I wish I could have done that." She was probably in her late 70s working. She's like, "My dream was always to ride a motorcycle. I'm so proud of you for doing what you want to do." And that was touching. So we do see it.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I haven't had the opportunity to have me come up to me yet. I've always had really good comments and vibes about it. Even the guys at my school, my auto tech school, I taught them all how to ride my bike.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
So you're teaching them.
Yeah, and when I go to like Taco Bell or something for lunch, like the employees are just so excited to see me and my friends. They're freaking out like, oh, you ride bikes, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I've always had the positive side of things, but for those who do experience the negativity, you just gotta brush it off.
Yeah,
You're gonna do you, you're never gonna see that person again.
yeah.
You'll be okay.
You get somebody that's road raging at you in traffic, the best thing you can do, give them a thumbs down, cause it embarrasses them.
Or just blow them a kiss.
Or blow them. Give them a heart, yeah.
Aw.
So I haven't really had too many people get mad at me. It's always been like a random guy, I think somewhere in town recently, some guy pulled up to me. I think it was his girlfriend in the car, but he was trying to be like, oh, I love your bike, and oh, you're so cute, man, you're so cute on this little bike. And I'm like, hold up. And I looked over, and I looked at her, and I waved. And then I looked at him, I'm like, what? Like, what are you
I was like,
doing?
what are you doing? We're in the doghouse now.
Good luck.
It's always nice to just also like be riding by yourself and you look in your rear view and there's like someone who just randomly tagged along.
Yeah.
And you're just riding together, like, okay, that's normal. I don't know you, but okay.
Yeah, when I'm riding, if I'm like heading to a group ride, or even out just by myself, I mean, it's crazy to do it in this day and age. You know, they tell you like, don't talk to strangers, don't tell a stranger to follow you. But if I see a bike going the other way, I'm like, come on, come with me. You know, when we do our Wednesday rides, if we see a bike going the other way, we'll wave them in, and a lot of times they'll turn around and join us. And we get to the restaurant and we've got a stranger with us. It's like, hey, you told me to follow, so I did. What is this? And we end up with another member. You know?
Stranger for strange ones.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You?
I've definitely seen both sides of it, you know, especially with men like over the years, similar comments like that Ella had mentioned, you know, where they roll down their window at a red light or they try to approach you at the gas station, and sometimes it's, you know, it's very positive, it's friendly, and there's definitely times where it's not. You know, and I've definitely encountered a lot of times where it seemed like, especially in some groups where it was like men were just like using it for dating. It almost felt like it was kind of like, okay, like I don't want to date you, I just want to ride. Which granted, I met my husband at a motorcycle event, so I can't really say too much. But that is one of the things I do also like about Strange Ones, is everyone is very respectful, you know, men and women, and so you feel like you can ride and have fun and be yourself, and you don't have that like that almost like that fear in the back of your head, like, okay, like is this just like another dating ploy type of thing.
Yeah, Strange Ones we're just one big family. You know, we do all kinds of stuff together, and we do Christmas parties and 4th of July parties and help each other move, and we're just a big family and we all take care of each other.
I think the advice that I would give any rider is stay humble and stay respectful. Respectful of the bike, respectful of the environment that you're in, the other people that are around you, and then be humble about what you know and what you don't know. Because going into it, there's a whole lot that you don't know. And even when you think you might know, you don't know. There's always someone faster, there's always someone that can outride you. And keep your mind open and your heart open, and you'll be fine.
When people ask me what Strange Ones Motorsports LLC is, I say that we're basically an event company. You know, we put on events, we put on rides. We're a business that focuses on safe riding. So yeah, not a club, but a group. We've got all ages, all ethnicities. We've got a great mix of people.
Where would you see it in like 3 years, 5 years?
Our goal right now is, like we had talked, Kylie running the show, and we want to open a full service shop and offer everything from oil changes to engine builds to dyno tuning, and have it, you know, our goal is to have like a cool place to go hang out, as well as a place to get your bike serviced.
Oh, I got chills.
And Kylie will be the one fixing your bike, building your bike, making it fast.
But I guess what's next for each of you in your motorcycle journey?
Yeah, I'm very close to finishing up my auto tech. I've got 2 classes left, but it's just August, and then right in October I'll be moving down to Orlando, Florida, UTI. Yeah, it's funny. I'm going to be doing Kawasaki and Yamaha, so I get to learn diesel, 2-stroke, 4-strokes, ATVs. Like, I'm learning it all. Get to learn on the dyno, tuning. It's gonna be a really fun venture, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a technician and maybe open my own shop after I get experience working at other dealerships and Strange Ones, get hands-on experience, and maybe make my own one day.
Yeah.
My goal is to get on the track. So I'm slowly getting my gear together. We're
Yeah,
getting there.
yeah, the track day's in July, right?
Yeah, July 25th, we're hosting a track day at Rosalie Road Raceway.
Hoping to get my race license here probably in like the next year or so. I'd love to go into like club racing, endurance racing, but you know, I've got to build up my professional skill set too to get the funds to do that. So it's a low and slow journey. You know, I'm not trying to rush through it, just trying to take my time and do everything right.
Yeah.
The track is also next for me this year, so I'm hoping that I, really enjoy it and it can help me, grow and learn more, and then maybe I'll follow Anna, go after a race license one day, and just kind of see where it takes me from there.
And the same for me. My goal is I do want to get my race license, but I want to get my race license so that I can go to the coaching aspect. I would love to be able to get out on the track and bring more people, girls especially, out there and help them and teach them and show them. The one thing I focus on with track is when you get out on the track, a lot of people say, oh, well, I've got to get on the track and be as fast as I possibly can. No, you want to get out there and take it as a learning opportunity. And don't focus on speed. Speed will come. I've had coaches tell me speed will come. If you focus on your lines, on your body position, on all those little things, once they get put together, the speed will come. Because if your lines aren't right, if your body position isn't right, you can't have the speed because you're gonna not be able to go where you need to go on the track, and you're gonna end up in the grass or in the trees or somewhere you shouldn't be. I know that from experience. So yeah, I wanna coach and teach more people.
Yeah.
You got guts too, especially for putting on this female motorcycle podcast, putting more like other experience that maybe people don't hear from the social media influencers or things like that. I really respect that.
Yeah, we love what you're doing.
Thanks, it's mostly just because I don't have anyone else to talk to about this. So, there we go.
Now you've always got us to talk to.
Yeah, we're a whole bunch of people,
Yeah.
but, and just spending women motorcyclists, so.
Yeah.
Doing that, and for me, I mean, and you guys know, like, so I do personal injury law, so I just see the other side of things. So safety is just like a really big thing, and promoting the safety, because I'm always dealing with everything on the other side of it, and people don't know it until it's too late. So I really respect that you guys just lead with safety a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just want to say thank you guys for how much support you have. Like, you guys, if it wasn't for y'all, Strange Ones wouldn't be anything, so thank you.
Well, if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't exist at all. So thank you for that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I love Strange Ones. I'm always bringing people to y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the community aspect. Because I feel like it's about so much more than just motorcycles. Too. Like I moved like a month ago and we had 6 people show up to move us. And that's just stuff that I feel like you don't always, that's hard to find.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the friendships really mean a lot to me.
Alright, well, thank you guys so much for coming, thanks you guys for watching, and just keep watching for Strange Ones, they have so many things coming up, and I'm just excited to follow you guys, I feel like I'm gonna check in. July 20th.
Yeah, come join us.
You should.
So, awesome, thank you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come up again, that's what I'm Bye guys.